Welcome to Cloudcast, where you get an inside look at St. Cloud, Florida's local government. Whether you live, work, or play here, we're bringing you the information you need to better understand your city. Cloudcast is hosted by our communications team, including Miriam Batchelder, Andrew Sullivan, Deborah Carson, and Jay B. Miller. Thanks for listening in to Cloudcast.
So welcome, St. Cloud, to another episode of the city's award-winning podcast, Cloudcast. My name is Andrew Sullivan. I'm joined here with Mariemma and Jay from the Communications Department.
Hey, everybody.
We also have very special guests today, and one of them will be able to introduce themselves, and the other, for reasons that will become apparent later, not so much. But Nicole, if you would tell us a little bit about yourself, introduce yourself.
Hi, I'm Nicole. I'm the Victims Advocate with the St. Cloud Police Department. I've been there since April of 2024, and I work with victims of crime or anyone that's experienced a traumatic incident or just needs help.
Perfect. Well, thank you so much for joining us today. And you have a partner that is with you today.
My partner here is George, our therapy dog. He also comes out to calls and is present to help and support everybody.
And you both are amazing, and you are both recent additions to the department and new assets that are available to the citizens, residents, and businesses in the city of St. Cloud. Can you tell us a little bit about the types of services that you provide?
Right now, we've offered a couple of programs, one of them being the 911 cell phone program. So we've partnered with the 911 cell phone bank. And what that is, we offer two types of phones. And if the community wants to donate phones, we accept them and we send them to the 911 cell phone bank. So what we do is if someone's in need of a phone for safety reasons, we can give them a 911 phone. That one may not be connected, but everyone should know if you have a cell phone that's not connected and you need to call 911, as long as it's charged, you can utilize it. So we give out those phones. We also give out 911 phones with 60 days of service. We're using those, and it has data with 60 days. So it has Wi-Fi, data, everything included, text messaging. And we just want to make sure that the community is safe and has a way to contact law enforcement, to contact 911, or get to a safe place, whether that's by calling 911, getting in touch with shelter. We want them to be able to communicate. So that's one of the programs we're offering now too. Daily, I work with victims of domestic violence. That's probably what I work with the most. But I will respond to anything traumatic, death, to kind of walk them through the process, homicides, suicides.
And you know, we talk and communicate about, I know there was a recent study that said that the city of St. Cloud is the safest, among cities of our size in the state of Florida, and, one of the top nationwide, but we're not immune to crime. These sort of acts do happen, and now we have this resource that we can help our victims to cope and hopefully heal.
Yes, absolutely. So what we're looking for is, we don't want anyone to get lost through the process. So from an arrest or maybe a warrant or anything of that nature, we want to make sure that they're not alone, and see them through the judicial process or the investigative process and understand what resources are out there. So we partner with various community partners, Help Now, A Place for Grace, and we network with them, and we have a team basically in the city where we have help. There's help out there. So if you feel stuck, if you need assistance, we have groups and groups of people in the city and outside of the city that are just ready to lend a helping hand. So we just want to make sure that no one's lost.
And I know before we started recording, we had a discussion about you don't necessarily have to already have been a victim of crime to reach out. You should, if you feel like you're in a situation that is dangerous or you're experiencing this, that you can reach out. Absolutely.
Reach out, and we'll try to get you to a safe place, whether that's shelter, whether that's walking you through how to get an injunction. We can help you. We can help with the paperwork, transportation. If we need to get you help to get somewhere to be safe, we'll do that. Whether it's us at the city or a community partner. Sometimes we have jurisdictional boundaries, but that doesn't mean we can't help. We can get you where you need to go. And we have various resources.
Another consideration is you mentioned that there may be an issue with not necessarily privacy, but if you disclose information to you?
Yeah, so advocates with law enforcement, not everything that is told to us is confidential because we work with law enforcement. That's the same thing with any prosecuting advocates. So if we need to get you in contact with someone where everything needs to remain completely confidential, then we'll do that. And that's when we utilize like Help Now domestic violence centers where everything is confidential with them. So we want to make sure that the community is aware that that's out there.
Okay, but you can definitely be that first point of contact.
Absolutely, absolutely. We can talk, we can look at a safety plan. I do a lot of safety planning, just things from the beginning, whether it's cameras in the house, anything that you need, the phone, injunctions, like I said, we'll safety plan and see what's appropriate.
Okay. And
for your situation.
Speaking of, points of contact, I know one of the big pushes that you have had along with our community engagement team with the PD is making that community outreach, going to events. You and George are everywhere.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Talk a little bit about, how you get out and engage with folks. And
we go out to the community events and we kind of talk about what we do. Again, we network a lot. And so when they're coming to us and saying, hey, we're going through this, how can you help? I have my card, I'll give you my phone number, just give us a call and we'll kind of explain the programs that we have. And so I'm under community engagement and some of their programs just kind of go hand in hand with what I do. And a lot of prevention, right? So we have a women's class, self-defense class. I go ahead when we go to the domestic violence task force meeting, we promote that so that they're aware that we have classes out there, self-defense classes. You don't have to live in the city limits. So we try to promote all of those educational events. When I have victims who are elderly, I like to make sure that they know about our elder services, our senior watch programs. We have so many programs that just go hand in hand with victim advocacy that we're able to help the community with. So it's great to partner with them.
So Nicole, talk to me a little bit about George's role in all of this. Obviously, he doesn't speak a lot, but he's a big benefit to having him involved in things like this. Talk a little bit about kind of what he brings to the table with this.
So George is a huge asset. He breaks the ice. So when you have someone that's experienced trauma and they're terrified and they don't know what to do, George just comes right in. He naturally senses that they need him, and he will comfort them immediately. And so what we've seen is, whether it's an interview, whether it's going to court, the calmness that he brings to someone that's in crisis or is nervous just to testify in court. So we've had him, whether it's at an injunction hearing, if we have to sit outside for a bit, just calm the person down before they get in. Same thing, we've had him with kids. He's amazing with kids. They love him. But it's scary to testify or just go to court. It's a scary situation. And so he goes in there and lays right at their feet. That's when I know he knows that they're nervous, because he lays on their feet. He'll lay right over their feet. And when he does that, they calm down immediately. It makes such a difference. I've even had some detectives say, I don't think she would have said anything had George not been there, just because of how nervous they were.
Yeah, it's amazing the calming presence that they bring, and they're not threatening, and it feels like it's safe with them there.
Absolutely.
Plus, he's so fuzzy, you can't help but feel calm around him.
Yep. And then so we've even taken him to the Child Advocacy Center, just different places where it's a bad situation, an unfortunate situation, and George just makes a huge difference. He lights up a room. Yeah. The kids love him. The kids will come and grab him. It doesn't matter what they're going through. He's going to come and give them a big hug. And
we hear there's tension between George and the chief of police.
Yes.
You want to talk about that?
George does not have a big head.
Yeah.
George does not have a hamburger head.
Yes.
Right.
And I'd like that on the record, that he does not have a big head.
Now, for those that don't know, part of my role with the city is representing the police department on social media. So I get to see when content is shared featuring the chief, who's a very enigmatic and energetic figure, and George. And I can see the metrics and the response between the two of them. And it is neck and neck. So maybe Chief just feels like a little bit of like pressure. I don't know.
It's a little competition.
Yeah.
I think that's what it is.
And George is just so lovable. I feel like the Chief is a little threatened by George. Yeah.
You took the words right out of my mouth. Threatened. He's absolutely threatened. And so he has to find fault. And it's the size of his head, which is not true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
It's just fluffy.
Yeah, that's it.
And smart.
George is very
Large
smart.
brain.
Yes. And that's why the head is the size it is. In addition to the fact that he has 80s hairband hair.
Exactly.
It's very
amazing.
large. George's hair is living
lustrous.
It's living its best life. But-
Absolutely lustrous.
And I will say, though, when George comes to visit us at City Hall, we always feel happy and much less stressed after George has been there. It's not the same when the Chief comes to visit us. I'll just say that on the record as well. I'm kidding, of course. We love our Chief of Police, and we love George, but George is cuter.
I feel pretty chilled out with them here right now, to be honest.
All right, he's just
there
hanging.
Yeah.
Right. George.
Now would be the part of the show, I think, is now the time where Jay comes up with his hard-hitting question.
So I've been known to ask some hard-hitting questions on the podcast once in a while. So I think that the public does want to know, because, I mean, I know I do because I'm very snack-oriented. So what is George's favorite snack?
These horrible smelling, soft jerky treats.
Okay.
Chicken jerky treats.
Okay.
These are the ones.
Okay.
Horrible smelling. Very
Smell
important.
that. Awful. But
I'm not
he loves
sniffing it. Don't pass it over here. Oh, he passed it over here. She's correct. It's horrible smelling.
too.
But he loves them.
Can we make this a scratch and
where is
sniff
it?
podcast?
Give that to him.
Word has it that someone who's competing with him also tasted them.
Oh.
Boy, he'll stop at nothing. Yeah, okay. For the record, we only invited George and Nicole, not someone else today to this podcast.
Those are his favorite, and I did see someone slip him a Slim Jim. I have to say he enjoyed it. I didn't as much afterwards, but he enjoyed it.
We're going to ask for no more details about that, Nicole. Thanks.
So to close out, do you have any final thoughts? Anything else you'd like to add that could be helpful for folks that listen?
Yes. Like we just mentioned earlier, I'd like to reiterate, just contact us if you have a question. It can be about food. We have resources for food. We've had people contact us that are short on food for the week. We have people that we can contact. They've delivered food and help out. We have all sorts of resources, so please feel free to reach out to us.
And obviously, if you're experiencing an emergency, call 911.
Absolutely not.
We'll be there right away. If it's not an emergency yet, but you want to reach out, it's 407-891-6700. That's our non-emergency line. We'll get you to the right resource when you call. On behalf of the City of St. Cloud's Communications Department and Nicole and George with the St. Cloud Police Department, I want to thank you for listening in to another episode of our award-winning podcast, Cloudcast.
Thanks for stopping by. That's it for this edition of Cloudcast. Don't forget to like, follow, rate, and review, and we'll see you next time on Cloudcast.